And we are recording. So, looking at the model essay, I just want you guys to see how organized this actually is. So, though this guy's clearly missing a hook, what he does have, and he did a good job doing, is logically sequencing his thesis. So, Park's main character, Sal was based on the real person who did survive this long journey. Despite the challenges of the war, the loss of his family, and the hostile environment of southern Sudan. So again, one, two, three. So that's how your thesis should look. Okay? As we look at the body paragraphs, so he has to start with the topic sentence. He does that here. Put a T for topic sentence. He didn't. Okay, so the first challenge Salva faced was the brutality of the Second Sudanese Civil War. That aligns with the challenges of the war. He goes on to further explain it. He didn't really understand what the war was about, so he's providing context clues. But on an ordinary school day, it came to his village. At the sound of gunfire, his school teacher ordered the boys to, and then he goes into his quote, go quickly into the bush, not home, don't run home. They'll be going into the villages, stay away from these villages, run into the bush. And then, of course, he cites where the quote came from, page 6. Then he explains it. The teacher was telling them to stay away from where the soldiers were attacking people. He hoped they could hide or escape from the danger. Salva did what the teacher asked, and ran into the wilderness of the bush with the other boys. So that is the detailed elaboration. So I'm going to put D. This is I, your quote or detail, concrete detail. Okay? So quote, which is your textual evidence, D, which is your explanation, and then also part of the explanation he gave context information. And by context, that's with the X, you are providing necessary background information for your reader who has not read the actual text. Okay? So TID. Then he puts his second piece of evidence, context, explains it in his own words, and then ends with a concluding sentence. So E. Just want you guys to see how POW type works. TIDE. And that's the strategy that we're going to be using. All right. So you need your foreman evidence-based claims. So I created one for this example. So my three survival factors, as the main question is, what factors made survival possible for Salva in the long walk to water? It's his leadership, his resilience, and his hard work. So my thesis is Salva survived his journey in a long walk to water because of his leadership, resilience, and work ethic. Okay? So what I've done for you guys, so you do well, is I've got a graphic organizer that's going to help you organize your entire essay. So we're going to need to work on this. Let's see, and this is going to be 10, 25, 17. So focus and question. What factors made survival possible for Salva in the long walk to water? Introduction. You need a hook to capture the reader's interest and attention. So I'm going to do a description. So I'm going to say bang, pop, crack. Imagine you are a student when gunfire occurs. Okay? So that's a pretty interesting hook. I know if I'm reading an essay like that, it's going to make me want to continue reading. Now let's go over to, so this is our H, hook. Let's go to our background information. Name the book and the author. And Linda Sue Parks, A Long Walk to Water. Always underline when you're writing the title, a book title. Italicize when you're typing. There is an 11-year-old boy named Salva who is caught in the middle of a war. Okay? Make sure that's clear. Everybody can see that. So again, in Linda Sue Parks' A Long Walk to Water, there's an 11-year-old boy named Salva who was caught in the middle of a war. And then I would complete the rest with a few more sentences. I might say something about Naya's story. You know, Naya is an 11-year-old girl who also lives in Sudan, and she doesn't have access to water, although the year's 2008. You know, you need at least 2 to 3 sentences for your background information, but I just wanted to give you an example. Then, the most important sentence, your thesis. So I've already got that, as I showed you before. Salva survived his journey in a long walk to water because of his leadership, resilience, and work ethic. Okay, so that is my thesis. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3. First body paragraph, second body paragraph, third body paragraph. Okay, so whatever your 3 reasons are, this is what you should fill out. You can use this as a sentence starter. Salva survived his journey in a long walk to water because of boom, boom, boom. What are your 3 reasons? What are your 3 survival factors? Okay? Now, looking at your first body paragraph. 1 second.
Benaiah Fawcett, please come to the office. Benaiah Fawcett, please come to the office.
Sorry for the interruption there. All right, let me move this over. All right, so first body paragraph. And so today we're working on the introduction, and we're going to try to get the body paragraphs done. You only need 2 pieces of evidence, so we can get rid of this third one here. So I know I need a topic sentence. Again, that's going to derive from my thesis. So Salva survives thanks to his leadership ability. Okay? I'm not saying the exact same thing as I said in the thesis, but I'm still aligned to it. It still connects, it matches. Okay? Then evidence 1, that's going to be your first quote. So my first quote about leadership, I've got, let's see, I will get us safely to Kenya, he thought. No matter how hard it is. close quotation, open parentheses, cite which page number it comes from. So this came from page 81. Then the analysis, now we don't have a ton of room to be able to do context and to explain the quote. So what I would recommend, and that is an E, doesn't look very good, sorry about that. In my analysis one is that I'm probably going to focus on just explaining it and how it connects to, how does it support our topic sentence. Because think about that for a second. It's called evidence. So if you think about the court of law, evidence is used to support something, right? Someone committed a crime, so the state has to provide evidence to prove that. Okay? So what we're trying to prove is that Salva survives thanks to his leadership ability. This is my first piece of evidence. But like a lawyer, you just can't present the evidence. You have to be able to explain it to the jury. You have to be able to explain it to the judge so they understand it, so they understand the logical connection. So let me see. I will get us safely to Kenya, he thought, no matter how hard it is. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put some context in there. Let's see. Salva and other refugees are under attack by troops. Although they survived. And I know I'm running out of room, especially if you write as big as I do, but I'm not worried about it because I don't have to do evidence 3 or analysis 3. So for my evidence 2 and analysis 2, look how much room you have. You have a lot of room. Okay, so you have plenty of room. So although they survived the attacks, thousands are lost. Salva becomes a leader by helping those boys walk to safety. And we know it's more than just them actually walking. We know that, they had to hunt for food, they had to cook it, they had to, decide when to walk. In the text, it talks about during the day, they decided not to walk. One, because it's hot. Two, because there are different troops and soldiers around and they wanted to stay away from the gunfire. So there's a lot more we can add to that. And that's why you have your second piece of textual evidence and you have your second analysis. And by evidence, we mean important detail, your quote. And by analysis, we mean detailed elaboration. Okay? Same thing, evidence 2, your second important detail. Analysis 2, your second detailed elaboration. You need to have those in each body paragraph and then end with the concluding sentence based on the textual evidence discussed. Salva is a leader, and that allows him to survive. I ran out of ink there. Come on. My ink. There we go. Okay? So, it looks like a lot, but really it's a matter of just organizing your thoughts. Again, start with your hook, make it interesting. It needs to be compelling. Give background information about the book and author and just an overview of what the book is about. Write your claim. You get that from your forming evidence-based claim sheet at the very bottom there. Okay? Then go into your topic sentence and follow pow type. And make sure you end with the concluding sentence. Now, I'm not going to do an evidence to or analysis to save on time, but I do want you guys to do that. So you need to do your introduction, your first body paragraph, your second body paragraph, and if we have time, let's knock out our third body paragraph as well. And again, we do not need evidence 3, analysis 3, or evidence 3, analysis 3 on the third body paragraph. And the only thing you will have left will be your conclusion. And we will do that tomorrow. Thank you.